Carlota came to Mexico dressed in white, crowned with pearls, and carrying a dream too fragile for the weight of an empire. She was young, brilliant, and raised among palaces where chandeliers turned every lie into gold. Beside her stood Maximilian, gentle, idealistic, and doomed. Together they crossed the ocean, believing they had been chosen by destiny to bring peace to a wounded nation. But Mexico was not waiting for fairy tales. Mexico was burning. The throne offered to them was not carved from loyalty, but from invasion, politics, and blood. Behind the curtains of their gilded halls, enemies gathered like storm clouds over Chapultepec. Carlota tried to become more than an empress. She learned the language, rode through villages, listened to petitions, defended the poor, and signed decrees with a hand that refused to tremble. She wanted to be loved by a country that had never asked for her crown. And for a moment, beneath the moonlit arches of the palace, she believed history might forgive them. But far away, the world changed. Napoleon III, the emperor who had placed them on that impossible throne, withdrew his soldiers. The French banners disappeared. The empire began to collapse. Maximilian hesitated. Carlota did not. She crossed the sea alone, not as a queen in triumph, but as a desperate woman begging Europe to save her husband, her crown, and the dream that was turning to ash. In Paris, she pleaded. In Rome, she knelt before the Pope. Doors closed, promises vanished. Faces that once smiled at her now looked away. And there, in the marble silence of Europe, something inside Carlota broke. Fear became obsession. Hope became madness. She believed poison waited in every cup. She believed betrayal hid behind every whisper. The Empress of Mexico, once radiant beneath pearls and silk, wandered through palaces like a ghost still searching for mercy. Meanwhile, in Mexico, Maximilian stood alone. The Republic closed in, Querétaro fell, and on June 19, 1867, before a firing squad, the dream ended in gunsmoke. Carlota was not there to hear the shots. Perhaps that was mercy. Perhaps it was the cruelest wound of all. She lived for decades after him, trapped in the ruins of memory, an empress without an empire, a widow without a farewell, a woman condemned to outlive her own legend. Her tragedy was not only that she lost Mexico, it was that part of her soul remained there forever, beneath the dark sky, among lantern light, ancient stones, and the echo of a crown falling into dust. Carlota de Mexico wanted to rule history. Instead, history devoured her.